Hey guys, we're back. It's a new season, and I've got a new spin on Blue-White Convoke. And I'm so excited about this. It has been just really, really fun to play. So basically, I took out all the removal, and I decided that I wanted to go hard on March of Swirling Mist. This is going to be all of my removal and all of my counters for board wipes. It does basically it all. And so, yeah, that's the plan. I also added Warden of Inner Sky, which I think fits really well in this deck because you've got so many tokens. It's easy to tap 3 things to give this thing a buff. Also, it helps us get a little bit lower to the ground, so I think it's a natural inclusion. And then I kind of cut some of the land. I shaved down to 22 sources just to get the whole deck kind of lower to the ground. I added 1 Spellbook Vendor just because it seems like it's such a good fit in this deck. There's so many targets for it. So instead of running like 3 Adversary, I went down to 2 Adversary and added a Spellbook Vendor to give a little bit of diversification. So we'll see how it does. In addition, I also added Skrelv. Again, just pushing through those last points, I think is going to really help protecting big targets like Adeline. I did shave down to 3 Adeline. Well, basically, I always want Adeline. You know, I guess there were a couple games where I had multiple copies, and if they kill one, you just replace it with another. But honestly, the reason I went down to 3 is not because of that, but really just because I wanted to make room for, 4 copies of March of Swirling Mist. So I had to find a way. I went down to 3 copies of Virtue of Loyalty. With a lower land count, I think that, this could be sort of an end game thing. If it happens, great. If not, it's just a 2/2, and that's fine. Yeah, so that's kind of the major shift for the deck. I did shave down to 2 copies of Restless Anchorage. Since we are much lower to the ground with 9 1-drops, having that tap land is going to be much more of a liability. So going down to 2 feels right. We still have a lot of different ways to produce mana of both blue and white. I think we've got, out of 22 sources, we have 20 sources that can functionally produce white. I guess we have 1 copy of Cavern of Souls, which I thought, well, we can either name like Pirate for Singer or Human for Adeline. So as long as it doesn't tax the mana too much, we'll see how that goes. I might shave it out, but right now I think it's okay. There are really only, I guess, Segovia is a spell, Virtue of Loyalty is a spell, March of Swirling Mist is a spell. So I didn't want too many copies since it can't really tap for spells. And then I think I shaved down to 2 copies of Merrick's. Not sure about this. Maybe we go back up to 3. But at any rate, this is kind of where it is right now with a slightly lower land count. So all that said, let's hop into some games and let's see if we can climb up on ladder. I had a really fun game where I think I ran into someone who is one of my viewers and who was also playing the deck, and it was really, really great to see the mirror there. So, if I ran into you on the ladder, so cool to see you. So, thanks for playing the deck. All right, hand looks great. And I think 2 copies of Restless Anchorage feels good because, there are going to be some times when we have opening hands without any 1-drops. 9 1-drops doesn't really guarantee it. When you're kind of into like the closer to like 15 1-drop range, then yeah, you expect to basically always have a 1-drop. But with 9, there are a couple times when you don't. And so we can kind of try to weave these in. If you are new to the channel, my intention is to put out a video every day if I can. And if for my returning viewers, thank you guys so much again for your support. It really does mean a lot. Okay, this is a fun deck. It's also really fast, so hopefully we can outrace it here by going Bunnicorn into Segovia, which is really pretty strong if they don't answer it. So it is possible that they have the counter here. I think I'd rather have Segovia countered than Adeline, so I think let's try... I guess let's try Segovia here, see what happens. I don't believe this deck runs any board wipes, so I think we're safe kind of getting everything going here. Also now we have March of Swirling Mist up, so kind of built-in protection. We can give everything flying here. I'm trying to think what they could have. Probably just another Virtue. We can get Adeline going. Get another Bunnicorn. I kind of like Bunnicorn into Zephyr Singer. I mean, Adeline is great and everything, but Bunnicorn is going to hit hard. Opponent is deep in the tank. Maybe they're wondering if I am like holding up a counter because of Cadus. Okay, they timed out, that's fine. So I think we'll just give these 4 flying, and that feels pretty good. Because we still want to bash in with this Bunnicorn. I guess we could get in with Cadus, but I'm okay just giving it flying instead. Because they could have like another Virtue or something. So maybe they just disconnected. But yeah, I mean, like, this feels so great. Like, whatever they do, we're ready for it. Like, just end of turn, we just march whatever they've got and just swing in for lethal next turn. Like, every time I had March, it was amazing. And so why not play 4 copies? Yeah, I think they basically just timed out. But this feels just like unbeatable. Like, this reminds me like way back in, God, I can't even remember what set it was, but there was a card called Wave of Indifference, which was like 1 red and X, and it's like X creatures can't block. And it was totally busted in draft. Like, yeah, it was just completely unfair, like when you drew that card. And that's kind of what this feels like. But yeah, I thought for a little bit that I might do like Angels or something else, but I was grinding a couple games earlier today offline with Angels, and they just, I don't know, they're just not, doesn't really feel good enough. But I love the change to this deck. And this is like so much more fun to play too. It just, yeah. Interesting board states. Just really, really happy with this deck. Yeah, I think let's go, I guess we could go like Reinforcements into Singer if we don't draw land. So maybe that's better. Like if we had the land, I'd probably go Vendor here, but I think without the land. So I'm assuming they have Brutal Cathar here. Oh, I guess no Cathar. Yeah, I guess we just go Singer again. Okay, now they're gonna go find Cathar. Ugh. Okay, that's still really nasty, but at least it's not a Brutal Cathar. Okay, so now we can go Invasion, flip Invasion, cast another Invasion. That feels pretty good. Let's see, I guess let's do these 4. I guess we don't have any bounce. I was thinking if we had bounce, we could bounce like Reinforcements, but we don't have any bounce. Adversary is pretty nasty, I'm not gonna lie. All right, so how do we do this? definitely want to kill all of these. That leaves us with one blocker. I kind of want to kill Officer more than Knight Errant. I mean, Knight Errant is annoying for sure. So, like, if we leave Knight Errant alone, we could go like this and like that. Or we could leave Singer alive. So we take 11, go to 4. This way I think everything dies. I kind of like leaving Singer alive. Yeah, I think this is fine. Go to 4. I guess it's, well, forgot they had Skrelv. Maybe it would have been better to not, since they've got Skrelv. I guess we'll have blue and white stuff. Okay, so now Adeline is good. We could go Vendor. I think we need Adeline just to block this 5/5. But I suppose then he goes Skrelv and then we have to block it some other way. Yeah, I think Adeline is a necessity here, unfortunately. I guess we flip this first and then play Adeline so they don't gain the life. Otherwise, I guess we could go Vendor plus reinforcements. Is that any better? I don't think so. Let's think this through. Okay, I think we have enough room for making this a little bigger. Okay, Bunnicorn is good. Now we want the Adeline. Yeah, I think it was an oversight letting all that damage through, because now Skrelv is very, very dangerous. This way we wouldn't have Singer, we probably wouldn't have been able to get Cadus, so it is kind of a give and take. But this way, if like Skrelv goes on to Knight Errant, we can double block whichever color they go. Okay, so we got to double block it, did like this. He can do the same thing next turn with either Adversary or Thalia. Thalia will be rough. I think we want Vendor. Actually, maybe Reinforcements plus Bunnicorn. I think maybe Surprise Reinforcements plus Bunnicorn. As funny as it is, like, we just haven't got the mana for Spellbook Vendor right now. Okay, now we get to surprise beat the Thalia. Surprise! Okay. Play Vendor. Let's play Vendor. 7/7. Can make it an 8/8. And I guess there's no more first strike, so we can get in with well, not Cadis, because I guess if Cadis dies, that's bad. So I think we can get in, yeah, I guess just with Guanacorn and Singer. If we make it an 8/8, it's a little harder to block. They can't do this then. Actually, I think it'll be a 9/9 because it's another permanent also. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. If we can survive long enough. Now, do we want to buff anything? Because we know this is coming. Can also keep this as a surprise, but if we draw an extra land next turn, it's even better. Actually, no, we can't. Never mind. So he gives probably the officer. Can block here. If he goes pro-white. Actually, no, we're good either way. I think I'll make the Singer a little bit bigger, though. That feels like it might be good. Oh, yeah, because he's going to buff. Yeah, this will be important, actually. So we make this a 5/6. So now... This way, if he plays another Copper Coat, officer can't take out Singer. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I think we give this to... Who do we give this to? Probably the Singer. Alright, so we can safely get in with the 11/11 and the Singer. Want to leave Cadis back. Vendor can get in... I guess Vendor can keep doing his thing. So do we want Vendor to like trade off with... Yeah, actually we're happy with Vendor trade off with anything here. So I think we're okay to get in with Vendor also. Okay, don't need that. That's a good one. I think. Now he can hit us for 2 by making this thing pro blue, or hexproof to blue. Thank God it's not 4 power. But we can get some life next turn with our adversary. Okay, so we Segovia here. Actually, let's see. Do we Segovia? If we activate Anchorage and then give it a sorcerer token, then it's 3, 10. Oh yeah, they're just dead. That works. That works. That was a fun game. Man, that was fun. I can't believe we clawed our way back out of that. That looked so brutal for most of it. Anyways, I just want to let you guys know that I'm super excited about the Blue-White Convoke deck again. I'm so happy with the changes, and I think you guys should try it out because it is awesome. And you guys didn't even see Warden of the Inner Sky. Like, this guy goes hard with Resolute Reinforcements. I think Mono White's been doing it, so why don't we give it a shot? Yeah, try it out. See what you think. We'll see you next time.